I love the karaoke scene where Percy sings Under Pressure.
Yeah.
How would your characters go in carpool karaoke, and what would they sing?
I would sing Vanilla Ice, Ice Ice Baby.
I feel like Brenda would rap like math algorithms or something, because she's just that kind of square, and I love her for it.
Stonekeeper would probably sing Bob Marley, Get Up, Stand Up.
Hey!
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I've really committed to this idea of having my own subset genre of carpool karaoke, and it's carpool danceoke, where we just basically dance crazy things. But it'll be kind of complicated for James because he has to drive the whole time. But I will definitely wild out in a car dance.
Well, Migo, how would he go in the Magic Mike live show?
He might be a little too hairy, but. You know, hey, everybody's got their thing, right? No, you never know. Somebody out there is looking for that.
What was it like reuniting with director Karey on Smallfoot, who also directed you in your very first movie?
It was so much fun. I mean, he's an amazing, kind, collaborative human, so it's all one as an actor could even ask for. Just him talking about the concept and the goal of this film is what made me so invested in this, even as a character who was slightly tangential to all the action. And yeah, we had so much fun because we were able to bring Brenda to life.
In what ways does Brenda act like Percy's conscience?
I think she's that voice of reason that he always has to deal with, and ends up coming to terms with at the end, but she is that person who is emphasizing the importance of integrity, of honesty, of just transparency altogether.
Karey, you said about, being a director of an animated feature, you go about the casting process almost like you're creating an orchestra. What do you mean by this?
You want there to be a music when you're listening to it. So, so you don't want a bunch of actors who all kind of sound similar. When you're creating an orchestra, there's a tuba over here and there's a piccolo over there, and it actually makes for a nice, well-rounded, sort of satisfying to the ear piece. And certain people's voices lend themselves to animation better.
In the movie, Migo tells the truth, yet he's banished. So have you guys ever told the truth and got in trouble from it?
I mean, I've told the truth to my mother about something I did and definitely got in trouble for it. Yeah. So, I've had that, gotten some real trouble with my mom.
Yeah, I mean, I probably have like 15 of those situations as well.
Exactly.
I mean, or maybe more. Yeah, most definitely with the parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Just a couple of liars. We don't.
We lie for a living,
Yeah.
I think is the problem. We make stories up. There are times when I have been somewhat brutally honest with a friend that may have been difficult at the time, but I would say honesty is 99.9% always the best policy.
Fortunately, I mean, I'm not up to no good usually, and so there's not much in my life that got me in trouble for telling the truth. I guess I would say less on a personal but more on a public scale. We see this literally on such a regular basis of people taking a stand for or representing the full truth and being in trouble. You see it with Kaepernick and him taking a knee, and this idea that he is being punished for merely recognizing the racial tension, but also the racial trauma and the discrimination and loss of brown and black lives, and so I feel like that's such an obvious form of getting in trouble for truth-telling, getting punished for taking a stand, and you're not taking a stand for anything crazy obscure, but for something that's so based in our reality, something that we've all had to face on a daily basis and see. So the idea that people are still ignoring that truth is I think an example of even what this movie kind of represents.
How do your characters change for the better?
I think that Migo starts off the movie just being so unbelievably happy and like doesn't want anything to change. Like in his mind, he's in the best part of his life, and he's just like, nothing change, please. Like, cause it's everything is exactly the way it should be, and he is just really, really content with that. And then almost the first thing that happens in the movie is all that changes.
Yeah. For me, the Stonekeeper, my character is like the keeper of tradition. He's the keeper of certain laws, and trying to keep within that, he's really believing that he's keeping the village at safety and thinking he's making the best decision, even though he knows the laws contain lies. Because of his interaction with Migo and his daughter Michi, he evolves to the point where he understands that he has to be truthful with the people of the village.
Really, you just stay in the head of our character, that he starts off kind of unenlightened and believing everything that he's told, and once he starts to realize that the foundation on which all of his beliefs are built have been challenged, well, it starts to open him up to new things, sometimes some scary things. So you really just stay in his journey, I would say.
What are you excited for audiences to see with Smallfoot?
The tone of this movie, I mean, because I love animated films and I love like Pixar movies and animation, but animation as of late, I think, has gotten so complex and beautiful that I almost feel like the tipping point is almost more for adults than they are for kids. This movie reminds me so much of like Warner Brothers, like Looney Tunes, like the things, like the cartoons, like the morning cartoons that I grew up on.
How did you channel your inner Yeti for the role of Dora?
Oh, I went along with what, my feeling was for the part. I dug the script and the movie and being on the, in the booth. And the director tells you, he wants more or less or try it different ways. And so I'm still trying to find my inner Yeti. I think I've got a long way to go.
Not shaving helps.
Do you believe in Yetis?
I think there's something. I think that, at some point, somebody back in the day was on the top of a mountain and they saw something weird and they couldn't explain it, and who knows what's out there.
Yeah, I believe in there may be life on other planets, but I don't know if I believe that Yetis exist. But as Channing just said, it could be something that somebody's seen that had pieces of that, and now are able to tell the story.
I'm starting to think it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with yes. Otherwise, I've just spent 2 years of my life on something that is absolutely meaningless.
I am fully undecided. I think after I've gone through a full Brenda journey. At the beginning I was like, okay, this is funny, and then I'm like, who knows?
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.